7,
6,
5,
4,
3.5.
3,
2,
1.
Hey, Rocky, you want to see me pull a show out of my hat? Nothing up my sleeve. Presto.
Good Sunday morning, and welcome to the show previews for the Chateau de Mars Hill studio this week. Yes, we have three shows, no waiting, that will be coming on. We have Witty Reviews at 8 p.m. this Tuesday, and then also we have Mouthwash at 9, and then we have Stock Market Neophytes noon on Fridays. And as wild as this market's been, if you would have watched our show, you would have made some money, but we have to put this banner up because it is not financial advice. So don't be coming after us if it doesn't work out. But if you did listen to our show and you did what we did, you made money. And a lot of people lost money. So hey, I think we might be graduating from neophytes. So that'll be this noon. You can see me and Gary and our three viewers that we usually have. And I bet they made money. So you'll want to tune in for that on noon. And before I get started, I got to do a little bit of ranting here about the Facebook. So now all of a sudden I'm getting notice that Facebook is deleting our videos. So you can no longer go back and see videos from days gone by. If you want to see those on our shows, you'll have to go to YouTube. YouTube, I think, still has those archived so you can go back and see shows. And believe it or not, I do get people liking shows from years ago. It's just all of a sudden it'll pop up in my notifications. Hey, so-and-so looked and liked your show. I'm like, wow, we're living on an infamy. But that's one of my rants. My other one was, Witty Reviews. Let's talk about that. That comes on 8 o'clock. Steve Whitmer, he's crazy. He will throw some F-bombs out there. He's it's not a family show. Let's put it that way. He has uncovered some evidence of a little amendment that the Republicans and trying to stick in there about the parties, about their rules in the party. So if you'll recall, I ran for county chair, and there's a lot of empty precinct committee spots. And these are the folks that vote for inter-party. And if there's a vacancy in your party, if someone dies or resigns or whatever, hopefully they just resigned and not died, but that's like resigning from life. Then the caucus, the precinct committeemen of that area or that district get together and they vote. Well, now they want to change those rules. Oh boy, they want to change them. So they appointed 300 people in empty spots to, not allow me to be in charge, so they could put their person in charge, which their person hasn't done a darn thing since they got elected. But anyway, I digress. So they want to be able to control these spots. They do not even want you as a precinct committeeman, elected precinct committeeman. Now, elections happen every 4 years. We just had one last primary. But in between, the county chair can appoint these folks, whoever they want. So not only did they try to sneak this amendment in the election, some other thing, but they decided that they're going to give these party chairs more power, and they can appoint anybody from anywhere into these caucuses to control it. Well, guess what? Old Steve Whitmer caught him with his little outfit there that they go through all this stuff, and they just try to sneak this thing in. So it got added to a bill. It just got added into this bill. They just had Kyle Walker get up there and go, and it was added. So nobody would know the wiser. That's what they do on these bills. They sneak these little things in while you're distracted about property taxes. So anyway, we're going to be talking about that. Now, I believe it still has to go to the Senate, and I believe it is on the radar, both the Democrats and the Republicans. I know that my great state senator, Mike Young, he's not having any of it. So hopefully it'll get exposed and get taken out. And they already have enough power in these parties. And if you're an elected PC like myself, what's the point of getting elected? If they're just going to appoint enough people to cancel out your vote, heck with them. So my prediction, well, you'll just have to come on Mouthwash and see the conspiracy theory, because I'll be making some conspiracy predictions on that. That's at 9 o'clock. But Steve Whitmer, I think he's going to be talking about that. So you want to tune in to talk about that. So that is sort of my Ranting and Raven, Facebook. Come on. And also, while I'm on Facebook, I'm tired of seeing all these people that are coming up there that says, follow this person. I don't know who you are. I want to see my friends. I want to see the people that I know. I want to see them popping up on my feed. I don't want to see follow Tom, Dick, and Harry because that's what it is. It's all these people that I never heard of. I don't want to see you. I don't want to, Facebook's, it's not what it used to be. I swear. But I know we have a lot of our viewers there. And I do want to point out our viewer that pointed out that I misspelled one of the words on my preview for the preview show, which is great because I did catch it and I did fix it for the show. So thank you, my loyal viewers out there, for fact checking me, making sure my stuff is right. So on to our guest. I don't know who Steve's going to have on. He doesn't have guests, but I don't know who is in his crosshairs. I'm sure that he's going to talk about that party rules deal that even the Democrats are not pleased with. Some of them that are in power. This is an establishment. I'm going to call this the establishment clause, and it is designed to keep people like me out of being in charge of anything. The John Schmitz rule. We can't have it. So I'm going to go ahead and play our preview, and then we'll talk about it. All right, so Ashley's going to be on the show. She was on, oh my gosh, it's probably been 4 years ago. And, we take pride in our show not being doxxed or not being in Facebook jail and all that other stuff. But, we got doxxed on YouTube 2 times for talking about the vax. We didn't say anything bad about it. We just said the word vaccine. So 4 or 5 years ago, you may remember that we had this little thing called the pandemic going on. And there was a lot of discussion about this vaccine. And Ashley's been one of those that have been outspoken ever since. She's not quit. And I thought, it'd be good to revisit her. And that's one of the reasons I found out about Facebook not archiving our shows, because I went back to try to find that one. And guess what? It's all gone. So fortunately, I do have some of that stuff. And if I had plenty of time to do this show, I would have probably played an excerpt today and showed you what we talked about then. Maybe I'll have that ready for the show on Tuesday. But we're going to talk about that because there's a lot of people lost their jobs because of the vaccine, not getting the vaccine. I know that my daughter had to get an exemption from our buddy Michael Beckwith to not get this vaccine. So we're going to do a little bit of a where are they now type of things. So tune in for that. That'll be 9:00 on this Tuesday. I'm sure it'll be a great show. And then, of course, stock market neophytes on Friday. We'll see how close our predictions have come. Gary did regain we have a 5 stock indicator, like they have the Dow Jones and the Russell 2000. We have the Gary or Johnny Tariff 5. So I'm still up 3-2 on him, but he won this week. So what happens is we try to predict our 5 stocks that indicate how the economy is going. And Gary was more of an optimist, so he won, because if you would have watched the show the Friday before, I said, oh, well, around Wednesday, Trump might change his mind about the tariffs. Guess what happened? So anyway, lucky guess. There's no other thing, but that was just a guess and a day that came into my head. So anyway, if you want to tune in and watch that, see who's going to win the Gary 5. Hopefully it'll be the Johnny 5 the next week, but we'll see. So we do some predictions on there. We give out some ideas of what's going on, and it's just sort of me and Gary getting together on Friday, and our 3 viewers that usually have it. So we're hoping to get 4 viewers this next Friday. It will be Good Friday. So I think some people have that day off. So you can tune in. We'll see what kind of Good Friday it is on the market. I know it's a Good Friday for Christians and anyone who believes in Jesus and that he was risen. I always wondered why a guy got crucified, but it's a Good Friday. Well, I guess I'll have to figure that out. So anyway, I'm off to church, going to Diversity today, and then I'm going to the Marwood Marwood Baptist Church here. Their church is trying to get restarted. And hey, newsflash, I'll be preaching there probably sometime in May. So I'm on the preaching line up there to go. So I'll be letting you know about that. You can come down and see preaching. And I say preaching and politics. And not a whole lot of difference in either one of them. It's just a different audience sometimes. So anyway, have a great Sunday. The weather's starting to get good. And, the Masters is on. I'm going to a Masters watch party today with some friends. Oh, it's just glorious times this time of year. I love the spring. So anyway, have a great day. Catch us on the shows this week. And let's see, where's my ending? And it is right there. Okay. Hey, I'll be putting up the springtime ending here pretty soon. Still waiting for the grapes to get their little spring going on. So anyway, have a great Sunday. We'll see you next week.